Hello everyone, I'm Li Xiao from Xinhua News Agency. Now I'm at the Tianheng town of East China's Shandong province, and today we will witness an extraordinary sea sacrifice festival here. We will not only see the abundant offerings that the fishermen presented here, but the most important is an extraordinary and amazing sea ritual that will be held here soon. And the sea sacrifice festival has a history of over 5 centuries. The fishermen present the offerings here to pray for a peaceful journey and an abundant fish catch in the upcoming fishing activities. Okay, now we can see the performers here are ready to perform the amazing sea ritual for the villagers here. Okay, now the sea ritual begins. Let's look forward for the show. Now that the little girl would sing a song about the legend of the Tianheng Island. Tianheng was a noble of Qi, and he disobeyed the rule of the Han Dynasty, and he also brought 500 subordinates to an island, and this island was called Tianheng Island, which was named after him. And he also refused to come back to help the Han Dynasty, so he chose to submit a suicide. And all his 500 subordinates killed themselves after him. So it's actually a very touching story. And the Tianheng Island was named after this man. We can see the performers are wearing very colorful clothes, which are also the symbols of their wishes to a good life. Okay, now let's move forward to see the flags here. There are 6 men who are hanging the flags here, and if we look closer, we will find that there are dragons on their clothes, which are delicately embroidered. And let's look upper to see the flags. There are also dragons on the flags. Actually, the sea is so mysterious that it evokes the imagination of people all over the world. And there are mermaids in the Western fairy tales. And in China, there are legends of Dragon King or Mazu, who are in charge of the sea. So there are many rituals held in coastal cities in China, presenting offerings to the sea deity. And now the sea ritual is more or less a ceremony that conveys fishermen's wish for a better life. And here is a sculpture of the Dragon King we have mentioned before. And in many Chinese stories, it is a deity that is in charge not only of the sea, but also the wind and the rain. In the show, this man will carry this Dragon King to the altar to show their respect to the sea. now the performers start beating the drum and blowing the bugles. The music is very joyous and it's actually kind of some traditional Chinese music that often performed during the festival. So actually the Sea Sacrifice Festival is a grand and joyful ceremony for the local fishermen in the comparison for that of the Spring Festival. And we can see that the men are hanging the flags here. And every performer is smiling very happily because for them the sea ritual represents the good fortune and a good harvest in the next year. So they are very happy to be here. And the Sea Sacrifice Festival was enlisted as one of the National Intangible Cultural Heritages in 2008 due to its cultural significance. And it also attracts a lot of people to participate in this grand ceremony. You can see there are a lot of audience over here. It's really, really amazing. And we can also see many people taking photographs over there. And actually this year they also held a photography competition here, which is part of the festival. So that's why it attracts a lot of photographers here. They are taking the moments of this festival. And now the people who are in charge of officiating the ritual are ready to go to the altar. And we can see that the people here are going to carry the Dragon King sculpture to the altar. Just like we said, there are legends of Dragon King who is in charge of the sea. And they are showing their respect to the Dragon King. That's why they make such a huge sculpture. And apart from this performance, the fishermen would also present some offerings to the deity to show their respect. And look, there are some beautiful ladies present the steamed baths with colorful patterns. Okay, let's move closer. that's a steamed bath with octopus on it, which is very delicate and beautiful. And these are phoenix, maybe I think. And they are also wearing some yellow clothes, and which are very beautiful. And this steamed bath each weighs 1.5 to 2.5 kilograms. And now this man who wears the traditional Chinese clothes is showing his respect to the sea. They are making a bow to each other, which is also a Chinese tradition. In the past, the wives of fishermen made this steamed bath 4 or 5 days before the ritual, but now the women have to get out to work, so the steamed bath restaurant took responsibility of making this. And now the men kneel down to pray, which is the top way to show their respect to the sea in Chinese culture. Okay, we can see that the people are carrying the flags and also the Dragon King sculpture to the altar. Hello, people who are new to watch our show. I'm now at the Jimo of East China's Shandong province to show you the extraordinary sea sacrifice festival named Tianheng Sea Sacrifice Festival. And now they are carrying the Sea Dragon King sculpture to the altar. And this sea ritual is a ritual to pray for an abundant fish catch and a peaceful journey in the upcoming fishing activities. And apart from this ritual, there are also some offerings the fishermen present here, which we will show you soon. Okay, now we are passing a sculpture here. This sculpture is actually a very ordinary fisherman. We can see he is holding a bottle of wine to toast for prosperous winds and rains, and for an abundant harvest, and also for the peace and prosperity to the sea deity. So it is also a culture of the Tianheng people here. And we can see because Tianheng is actually a coastal town, so it's very windy, and we can see that the flags are flying in the wind, which is also very beautiful to look at this. So it's very clouded here, so let's move to see the offerings that the fishermen have presented here. Okay, now look at this pig. So the criterion is the bigger the better, because this actually represents the fish that they will catch in the chore. And here is the censer that has burnt the offering papers. With a history of over 5 centuries, the Tianhe Sea Sacrifice Festival has been observed by fishermen in Tianhe Town to pray for an abundant fish catch and peaceful journey in the upcoming fishing activities. And it was enlisted as one of the National Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2008 due to its cultural significance. And now it is more or less a ceremony that convenes fishermen's wish for a better life. And the sacrifice is a grand and joyful ceremony for the local fishermen, just like that the Spring Festival do to the Chinese people. And these are the offerings the fishermen present to the sea deity. We can see chicken, cranes, and the trees are delicate patterns on the thin bars, which just look like an artwork. And there are also some watermelon and bananas. This all present their respect to the sea. Actually, one day before the ritual, the fishermen would burst the boats into the dock in a row with the prow heading to the sea. And we can see so many firecrackers here. It will be set off soon. And people here believe the longer the firecrackers last, and the more good fortunes they will bring to the fishermen. So we can see the firecrackers is very long here. So it will last a long time to set off it. And people are gathering here to see the salute and also waiting for the firecrackers to be set off. Now they're firing salutes. Oh, that's a shot. There are 8 canoes here. Now they are going to set off the firecrackers. Let's wait and see. That's truly spectacular. Now, in Chinese culture, the firecrackers represent the good fortune for the people, and they are going to get rid of evil things when they set off the firecrackers. We can also see colorful fireworks over there, which is truly amazing. Now we are at Jimou of East China's Shandong province to show you the amazing sea sacrifice festival named Tianheng Sea Sacrifice Festival. This festival has been observed by the people here for over 5 centuries and was enlisted as one of the National Intangible Cultural Heritages in 2008 due to its cultural significance. This festival was held to show fishermen's respect for the sea, and also they are held in this festival to pray for an abundant fish catch and a peaceful journey in the upcoming fishing activities. And the people here are light off the fireworks to show their joyness. So we can move closer to the sea, since it is a sacrifice for the sea. So we need to take a closer look of it. Wow. Okay, we can see the boats there. There are flags on it, and if you observe carefully, you will find the spring couplets pasted to it. It's also a symbol of good fortunes. But the other boats are actually burst in the other dock, so we cannot see here. So we can only see 3 boats here with the flags on. The fishermen would clean the boats one day before the reacher. And so after the reacher, they can set sail and to catch fish. You can see there are a lot of people over there. They want to experience the sea, also to get the good fortune of it. Okay, so today we're enjoying the most amazing sea ritual that held in the Tianheng town, and we wish this sea ritual can also bring good fortunes and luck for all the audience who are watching our live show. And that is the end of our live show, and see you next time. Bye.